Hi, I am Royce Thomas, a Redemptorist seminarian, currently at the Notre Dame Retreat House in Canandaigua. I will begin my reflection with a quote from one of St. Alphonsus' work, The Way to Converse with God. Friends in the world have some hours in which they converse together, and others during which they are apart. But between God and you, if you wish, there shall never be 1 hour of separation. You may sleep, and God will place himself at your side and watch with you continually. He, our God, delights to abase himself to converse with us, loves to have us communicate to him our smallest, almost daily concerns. He loves you as much and has much care for you as if he had none others to think of but yourself. St. Alphonsus, out of his own experience of God's friendship, taught that conversing with God is imperative for our salvation and our union with the divine lover. For he says, "Those who pray are saved." In his understanding, prayer is not an option, but a necessity, for through prayer each believer comes face to face, heart to heart with God. Hence, in Alphonsian spirituality, prayer is critical in developing one's intimate relationship with God, and it is the means by which we respond to the invitation of God to be in dialogue, to share life. Due to the many distorted images and characterizations of God, some may struggle to see God as an intimate friend. Still, in following Alphonsus' method, we are given a practical solution to this problem, for he invites each person to speak to God as one would with a close friend. Friendships, as we know, grow naturally and beautifully over time, but for this to occur, the two must share time, be vulnerable, sincere, and honest with each other. If close friends do not share themselves with each other or desire the other's attention, affection, affirmation, if they cannot pass time together, can the friendship grow and blossom? Can intimacy flourish between the two? The beauty of talking to God always as one would with a close friend is that all facades are avoided. Honesty becomes central, and familiarity is formed. Personally, I talk to God always through music. Most, if not all, the confreres I lived with will tell you I sing all the time, and sometimes too loud, and some will say too much. Still, for me, this is how I converse with God. The song on my heart is an indication of my state of life at that particular time. Interestingly, God speaks back to me through music, through the songs that may come to my mind, and even through secular songs that give an affirmation or a consolating response, or a challenge to do and be better. The means of speaking to God always as a friend is between the individual and God. One frequent way for me is through music, but what is your way? How do you speak to God always? What is the special way of conversing between you and God? How is your friendship with God unique? Do you have spontaneous conversations with God? Do you have quick, passionate statements and sentiments expressed to God, as St. Alphonsus calls it, darts of fire from the heart to God? Alphonsus' approach encourages us to find our unique and special way of conversing with God. But the emphasis is that we converse with God always as we would with a friend. Best friends wish and will the good of the other. And this is precisely why God desires to be our most intimate friend. At times, we may feel isolated, misunderstood, stuck. We feel the pain of betrayal by a best friend or family member. The beauty of Alphonsus's insights is that God, the God of the universe, the maker of heaven and earth, desires our friendship. I urge you, in the spirit of Saint Alphonsus, to yearn for God, to speak to God at all times, with simple words and simple gestures, to keep him in mind at all times. For he yearns for us, for he is speaking to us always, and he is thinking of us at all times, even when we are not thinking of him. As Jesus says in John chapter 15, verse 15, I call you friends.